Hello everyone. Ethical issues in business. Ethical issues in business can be a difficult challenge to navigate for any business owner, though there are laws and statutes that exist to hold workers and employers accountable. These alone do not entirely deter employers from behaving unethically. In order to manage the ethical issues in business that arises in your organization, you first need to develop a thorough understanding of what those issues can look like. Those issues can understand how to detect and, most importantly, deter these issues before they become a problem. Can ensure your focus stays on business growth and success instead of remediation. If you are to run an ethical business, you first need to know what types of issues you can expect to face and may need to overcome. 8 ethical issues business face today. One of the greatest challenges of any business owner is navigating ethical issues in business, whereas some ethical issues in business are covered by laws and requirements around others are more murky. In this case, it's up to business owners and managers to hold employees accountable for unethical actions and, of course, to behave ethically themselves. Ethical issues in business today are just as whispered as ever, perhaps even more so. For instance, 40% of employees believe in that their company has a weak or weak-leaning ethical culture. Plus 30% say that they have seen misconduct last 12 months. Ethical issues in business. Before going to any further, it's important to understand what we mean by ethical issues in business today. Ethics is a broad term. At its core, acting ethically in business means building a company around integrity and trust as well as complying with regulations. However, there are many other issues that fall under the ethical issues in business, including empathy, diversity and acceptance, and carried out business in accordance to a company's values. Type of ethical issues in business. If you are to run an ethical business, you first need to know what types of issues that you might to expect to face and may need to overcome. Discrimination. One of the biggest ethical issues affecting the business world in 2022 is discrimination. In the last few months, many corporations have come under fire for lacking a diverse workforce, which is often down to discrimination. However, discrimination can occur at business of all sizes. It appears to any action that causes an employee to receive unequal treatment. Discrimination is not just unethical, it may cases it also illegal. There are statutes to protect employees from discrimination based on age, gender, race, religion, disability and more. Nonetheless, the gender and race pay gaps show that discrimination is still rampant. Other common instances of discrimination include firing employees when they reach a certain age or giving fewer promotions to people of ethnic minorities. Next is harassment. The second major ethical issue business face today is harassment, which is often related to racism or sexism. This can come in the form of verbal abuse, sexual abuse, teasing, racial slurs or bullying. Harassment can come from anyone in the company as well as from the customers. In particular, ethical issues for the business is if a supervisor is aware of harassment from a client and takes no action to prevent it. In addition to causing a toxic workplace, harassment can cause employees to leave the company permanently. A second reason why some business lack diversity. Harassment can have a long-term impact on employees physiologically in terms of earning and even impacting a person's entire career path. Next is unethical accounting. Publicly traded companies may engage in unethical accountable to appear more profitable than they actually are. In other cases, our accountant or bookkeeper may change record to skim off the top. Next is health and safety. Another type of ethical issue is often protected by law is health and safety. Companies may decide to cut corners to reduce cost or perfume tax faster, as well as injuries. Failing to take workers' safety into account can lead to physiological risk, which can cause work-related stresses. Next is abuse of leadership. Authority. Abuse of power often manifests as harassment or discrimination. However, those in a leadership role can also use their authority to pressure employees to skip over some aspects of proper procedure to save time, punish workers who are unable to meet unreasonable goals, or ask for inappropriate favors. In addition, abuse of authority can extend beyond the workforce. Managers can use their position to change reports, give themselves credit for the work of subordinates, misuse expenses, and accept gifts from suppliers or clients. In privacy, employees have recently found that discrimination between work life and personal life has become less clear. This is mainly due to advances in technology. In order to effectively detect and, most importantly, deter ethical issues in business from surfacing in your organization, there are several everyday efforts you can take. Be sure to communicate and enforce a robust code of ethics when making decisions, and ask the same of your employees, remaining aware of the discrimination laws that exist in your region. Stay informed on your rules that impact your industry, and ensure your organization is acting in compliance with those regulations. Collaborate with accountants, maintaining transparency and honesty in your finance reports. Be present in your company. Make sure the organization and employees alike are always doing the right and ethical things.